tell you, it has been a windy one today. Lordy mercy, is that wind rocking today. 37-mile-an-hour wind at one point. It was a tailwind for a minute. There was a minute or two there where it was telling me. But, yeah, she was rough. She was a rough one. Very windy today. Turned into a side wind, which is pretty brutal. Pretty brutal when she's 37 mile an hour. I got me a heavy load on, so I ain't too worried about it. We was getting blown around a little bit, but it's all right. It's all right. What's everybody doing out there? Thanks for coming in. Be sure to smash that like button as you come into the show, everybody. We're going to hang out, do a little jaw jacking for a minute. I ain't checked in 2 weeks. So I got to check in with everybody and see what everybody's doing out there, see what everybody's up to. Come rolling in, one and all. Come on in. I got a couple things that really grinding my gears. One thing that really grind my gears, and it's nothing to really do but something. I stepped in some grease, okay? And let me tell you, you get a little bit of grease on something, and it's on everything. Before I realized I had stepped in grease and got it on my shoe, it's on my seat, it's on my pinky, it's on my pants, it's on my shirt, it's on my hat, it's on everything already. So, oh, you gotta love getting a little grease on something. But my real trucking grievance, I'll talk to you about here in just a second. I had a real issue there earlier. I'm not against getting my ass kicked in a truck stop parking lot. So, if somebody pisses me off, I'll let them know about it. El Guapo's in the house. 41-month channel member. Damn it, boy. If you got one bigger than that one, if you got more than 41 months, post it up there. Let's see what you got. Thank you, El Guapo, for being a channel member for 41 months. Come on, DIY 45 showing them up. Damn it, show them up. But, yeah, I was going to back into the truck stop this afternoon where I was going to spend the night. And I got a little bit of a predicament, okay? I've got 9 hours left on my 70. I got 13 hours to my delivery. And I don't get hours back till Wednesday. And I got to be there at Wednesday at 5 a.m. So, yeah. Yeah, we got a real predicament here. We're going to have to get up at midnight Wednesday. We're going to have to be up right at midnight, and I mean hammer on this joker. Hammer on this joker to get there on time. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. They asked me, they said, you want to load this Monday or do you want to load this Tuesday? And I said, let's load this Monday because I want to be home for the weekend, you know. Hell, I'm going home for the weekend like I'm from Georgia. You know what I mean? Cheap Freight Hauler's in the house. He's got that 13 months in. I'll get there eventually. Hey, you just got to hang in there. 36 people in the house, 9 likes. Everybody hit that like button. Share this out. Maybe we can make a difference in the world. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do some logbook maneuvering. It's going to be legal, though, because, you know, I refuse to do it illegally. I mean, I just do because... you know, if I hate on the people that do the logbook resets and all that mess, how can I become that guy? You know what I mean? But I was backing into my truck parking spot today, and I had me a nice straight line back spot, pulled up there, and when I pull up for a straight line spot, I don't pull up 15 miles. You know what I mean? I've been doing this long enough. I know how to swing it out and get it lined up straight. And, you know, I put my flashers on as I swing out. I put my 4-ways on. 4 ways, I guess. 20 ways with all the lights on the truck and the trailer. I put on my flashers, my hazard lights. And, you know, I'm probably a trailer length or less from my spot. I start to back in. And as I start to back in, there's a guy coming at me on the driver's side. And I thought, well, he's going to go behind me. So I kind of let up off of it and started letting it, you know. And then he slows down. So I said, okay, he's going to stop. So let me go ahead and back in. What's he do? right as it gets to the point of no return, he hammers it and goes right behind me. I ain't a fan of that. I will let you know I'm not a fan of that. He pulled around to the fuel pump, and I went up to the fuel pump, and I was like, you know, he got out to get his fuel, and I was like, what was that? What was that? Why would you go behind somebody getting ready to back in? And, you know, he gives me the, buddy, buddy, I was like, me backing in, you dumbass, goes behind my trailer. I said flashers, everything. Yeah, buddy, and at that point, I'm going, I'm getting nowhere with this stupid fuck. Yeah, you know, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you come to a country that my ancestors helped build, okay? You know, my family's been here for hundreds of years. They helped build all this. That's why I have such an appreciation for this country. See, he came here on a boat 3 months ago on a work visa for Werner Enterprises, whatever it's called. Come here and take a giant steaming dump on my country and my job. That's what he's doing. Thanks, politicians that sold us out. We don't need no more of them. I got enough of them in my life, okay? We don't need to import dumbasses. We got enough in this country already. You know, I'm not against people coming to America, but fuck, can we weed out some of the dumb ones? I mean, can we get a test? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, come here, be American. I don't care. I ain't against it. Just, shit, let's weed out some of the dumb ones. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not anti-immigrant. I'm anti-dumbass. That's what it's really about. Yeah. You know, because here's the thing, okay? Okay, when your freight in your trailer it's set up so when you hit the brakes, the freight is like supported going forward. But when you have to hit the brakes hard going backwards, your freight's in the hands of a load lock. And I don't trust a load lock for nothing. And I even got the good ones. Even got the good load locks, the square ones, you know. And I still don't trust them. So, but yeah, that's my beef. If someone pulls up and you know they're backing into a spot, there's one empty spot on that whole row left. You see someone pull up, they put on their flashers, they swing out, they line up with that spot. You know good and damn well they're going to back in there. But hey, buddy, you know, buddy don't understand. Hey, buddy, I don't care about your freight. Hey, buddy, I don't care about your industry. Hey, buddy, I don't care about your country. You know, those motherfuckers got to go. You know, because I mean, like I said, I done pull out 9 miles. Hit a JB Hunt back in over here. Guy pulling a JB Hunt trailer. I don't think it was an actual JB Hunt driver, but you know, he pulled up 9 truck lengths to back into a straight line spot. I'm not that guy. You know, for you to squeak behind. Oh, I went up to him. I sat in my truck for a minute. I let him get out. I let him start his fuel pump and everything, and then I walked over there. I was like, what the hell was that? And he looks at me like, what? I was like, over there. Just right there. I pointed. I said, I was like, right over there. Right over there. What are you doing? Going behind people that are backing in. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. He says. That's what he says to me. Let's get to some comments here. Day one guys in the house. What's up with it? DIY Simi says, bring the beef. David Edwards in the house. What's up? Stanza Transport made it in. What up? Shive Kings in the house. Will Carr made it in. What's up, Cash from Fort Worth, Texas? David Edwards says, I got the beefs too. Yeah, that highly annoys me after I've been fighting the wind all day. And, you know, I'm like, just a little respect. You know, it's like, can you not wait 3 seconds? And don't pump fake me. That was the main thing. Like, I anticipate that dumbasses are going to go behind me when I'm trying to back in at a truck stop. That's just what they do. So I stopped for him. And then what's he do? He kind of slows down and starts to stop. And I'm like, okay, he's going to stop. No. He's just waiting to the point of no return. So I have to slam on my brakes. Yeah, what a guy. Chief Ray Holler, any T-bones on that trailer? Oh, now we are not hauling beef. I'm not hauling beef. I don't haul much beef anymore. BTC Trucker says grease, aka lot lizard juice. Yeah, you get a small touch of grease on anything, I think I'm gonna have to throw those shoes away. I stepped in a big old slab of grease or something. Well, I know it's grease, but it's kind of like you know when you put too much grease on your fifth wheel and then you back your trailer under it and a big blob of grease falls on the ground or on your axle and then later on it falls on the ground. I think that's what it was. It's all like the front of my shoe, like the first inch of sole is greasy, and then up the toe, like the front part, the rubber part they put on the front of the shoe, that's all greasy. The or as I like to say, greasy. The kids hate when I say greasy. You know, they're not from the South. They don't understand how I speak. I say greasy. It ain't a Tesla, it's a Tesla. Tesla. Spell that bitch with a Z. Tesla. Oil? Put that oil in there. All. Not oil. All. Put that oil in there. Oh, man. Yeah, I got that grease on every damn thing. Yeah. Shirt. I got it on my shirt. I got it on my hat. I got it on my pinky. I about got it all off my hands, I think. I mean, you can still see on the pinky there. It got it on there pretty good. But my shirt, I got it on my shirt. My DIY semi shirt, that's a damn shame. DIY semi shirts come pre-greased. Come on. They come with a tube I was gonna say red and tacky, but DIY, he's got his own brand of grease over there, the Fuel Ox grease. It comes with a half a tube of Fuel Ox grease already across the front of it. Yeah, got it on everything. Got it on my truck seat, which that'll never come out. That'll literally just smear across my pants for the next 10 years. I'm gonna get a bleach wipe out here in a minute and see if I can get it off my seat, because yeah, having every pair of pants and shorts I got have grease rubbed across the ass of them is not something I'm looking forward to. AV's in the house. Come to Washington, Cash. I don't know about that. Chief Ray Holler says, how was that vacation? Very non-vacational. I did some tree trimming. I chopped down a giant maple tree in my mom's yard and cleaned up a couple one other smaller tree. But that maple tree was pretty good size. It whooped my ass, let me tell you. Whooped my ass. Mark's in the house. The Chicken King, alive and in the flesh. May put a chicken load on here next. You never know. You never know. You gonna need a Russian ELD with that do the magic. Yeah. I did the math on it because they asked me, they said, do you want to load this Monday or Tuesday? And I said, I'd rather load it Monday, but I said, it's going to be like crazy close on hours, like within an hour. And they were like, ooh, maybe we'll load that on Tuesday. And I was like, I'll run her at 70 mile an hour. Come on, put it on there. Let's go. Because I really would like to get unloaded on Wednesday morning, not Thursday morning. Get unloaded Wednesday morning, and then I can maybe, just maybe, get reloaded Wednesday and play the game all the way home. Now, I get back Wednesday, I get back 11 hours. And then Thursday, I get back 10 and a half. And then Friday, I get back almost 10 again, 9 3/4 or so. So, I got the hours to get back home. It's just I can't deliver it like 2 in the morning on Friday. You know, if they've set her for like 8, 9 o'clock on Friday, I can run her on in there. But it's going to be a lot of getting up at midnight this week. So I got 9 hours left on my clock right now. I'm at my fuel stop. So I get up in the morning. I do that 5-mile-an-hour crawl over to the fuel island, and we'll fill the tanks as we do the pre-trip, which I like doing that because you're under a fuel island, you're very well lit, you can see things, you can do things, you know what I mean? I do not mind a pre-trip under a fuel island. It's a pretty thorough pre-trip, actually, more than doing it in the dark side of the parking lot. I understand. But we'll do that. We'll get her fueled up, and then we're going to hammer on this joker for 9 hours tomorrow and get up at midnight. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get up at midnight Wednesday, and I have a 5 a.m. delivery, and hopefully, I'm hoping I can get it under needing 5 hours to run her in there. We're just going to have to do what we're going to have to do. I hope it works. Chief Heller says, call this number for the logbook reset. Okay, I'll try that. That's pretty close to my phone number. I don't know how you knew that, but yeah. Primal Smash in the house. What's up, guys? Not much. Thanks for coming in. Ryle 138 videos. What truck is that? Scania, man. Mercedes-Benz. This is a Peterbilt, baby. Peterbilt. Are you accusing me of driving anything other than a Peterbilt? I mean, come on now. What are we doing? Sterling Wheels in the house. I'm selling bone salve in Brazil, Indiana tonight. There you go. Boner salve. Oh, man. It'll make you harder than a damn railroad track. I'm telling you right now. Come on. Larry G's in the house. Walking up on a douchebag at the pump and potential bad for your health. Yeah, hey, no, sometimes I know the things that's going on when I do that. You might have to take an ass whooping at a truck stop, but occasionally I have to say something to these idiots. I cannot put up with it. It's like, if you're going to go around making my life hard, you're going to hear about it, I was talking to DIY See Me the other day. He said, I'm cutting no slack anymore. And I said, good. That's the cash is king way right there. Someone pisses you off, you got to let them know you pissed off. I ain't bottling that up. I'm not going to have a heart attack in 5 years because I bottled all that up. I'm going to let it out, baby. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not looking to whoop anybody's ass. I'm not a tough guy. I just want to let you know, like, it's bullshit going behind somebody right as they go to back into a parking spot, Not a fan of that. Joe Little's in the house with $5 make you hollers. If you're parked on the street in a real hood, a 1-minute inspection is sufficient. Yes, I agree to that. Hell, I'm thinking about inventing this new thing called the driver's seat inspection, where you just kind of lick out both windows in the mirrors and say, shit, she looks good from here. Which I think is what most truck drivers do these days, considering some of the crap I see rolling down the road. Lean back, look out that mirror. I don't see nothing wrong from here. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Primal Smashers, I completely agree with every word you just said. Thank you. Appreciate that. Tim Wallace, give any license. Yeah, Minnesota, man. Come get a license. Anybody? Go to Minnesota, get your driver's license, then fly to Houston and get your medical card, right? Everybody's passed. Corky Hansen's in the house. What's up, Corky? Corky, long-time listener, first-time caller. Sterling Wheels in the house. I got huge beef. Congratulations. I like a nice beef stew, I'll be honest with you. Virgil's in the house. What's up? Cents per mile. Have you considered Uber? I hear that's where the real money is at. No, I Ubered. Here's the thing. I've got over 4,000 Uber trips as a driver. Okay? I know Uber. Uber's a crock of shit. What Uber's a way for Uber to make a bunch of money, and you go out and put a bunch of miles on your car and not make diddly squat. That's what Uber is to me. I mean, if you really pencil out all the numbers, I mean, if you're scraping along looking for YouTube content, by all means, go do Uber. I got nothing. I got no brain cells. let's go to Uber. That's kind of how that works. But me, nah. I got other things I could be doing, like my other channel, Epic Trucking Fails. If you haven't seen Epic Trucking Fails, go watch Epic Trucking Fails. It's quite funny. If you like bonehead truckers, but you can't stand people saying sody water 15 times a damn video, check out Epic Trucking Fails. Just saying. Cents per mile, have you considered Uber? No, I wouldn't do that. Like I said, I've already done Uber. I did Uber when Uber actually paid money. Uber don't pay no money now. Uber keeps all the money for themselves. When Uber went public, it's when the Uber driver lost. Like, it went from good money to barely making any money to breaking even. And that's what they want. Because here's the thing. There'll always be new people sign up to be Uber drivers. So Uber doesn't have to have you make money because they just got it. They're like the CR England of taxis. You know what I mean? They're like the mega carrier of taxis. They don't need you to make money because they got a new crop coming in tomorrow. And that's how they get them. You know? There's a few people that got niches that can make money on Uber, but most of the time when people do Uber, it's so they have content for their trucking channels. I'm looking at you. Oh, David Edward Sterling, picture pics or it didn't happen. That's right. 6 Emperor Tyrantus is in the house. I've missed Cash Lives. It's a odd feeling missing another man online. That's damn, I'm telling you right now. It is. It's a little odd. Been 2 weeks since I've been live. Went on, number one, I took off 3 days before I went on an 8-day vacation. So I was gone for 11 whole days. And then last week was a hell week, is how I would describe it. Hell week. Every load was just like, it's good money. You know, I went out and back. But I went from Minnesota to Georgia, from Georgia to Louisiana, back to Mississippi, Mississippi to Minnesota. And I did all that in like 5.5 days. And that's trucking for me. You know, a lot of sleeping at the customer, a lot of getting up in the middle of the night and doing the 5-mile-an-hour crawl over to, you know, that whole thing, the door and whatnot. Barry Haberson's in the house. What up? Thanks for watching Epic Trucking Fails, Barry. I see you over there. DH is in the house. Hey, Cash, 6 inches. I got 6 inches that smells like a foot. Damn it. Got the fruit by the foot over there, he says. DH making that money. Congratulations. Yeah, money's all right now. It's trucking. You know, this is trucking. This is the fun is over. It's just, you know, trucking and surviving. Living month to month, you know, trying to make it every month. Cents per mile says, I don't pull out with anything. 4 kids later, yeah, I hear you. I know what you're saying. Roger Berry says, what's up, Buttercup? Not much, hanging out. Got grease on my tennis shoe this morning and proceeded to get it on everything in the damn truck. I'm that guy. David Evers says, put in a West Virginia rest area. Ooh, sorry to hear that. Hazmat tanker came in with smoking brakes. Wait 20 minutes, then take off. Yeah. Get that on film for me if you can. Send it over to epictruckingfails@gmail.com. I need 2 weeks off in Cancun, and I can't do it unless you send me your videos. My favorite new saying. Donald's in the house. What up? Not much. Hanging out, talking trucking stuff. Trucking in America, American trucking and whatnot. Of course, trucking in America ain't really American trucking anymore. You know, it really ain't. Anybody been in a shipping office where another guy in there speaks English? You don't see it very often anymore. Chief Hauler, I seen a guy at 1 a.m. Get out of his truck and walk 150 yards to the trash can. There's still hope. Yeah, hey. Damn, walked off. He must have needed the steps. He must be on some sort of exercise program. Checking with T-Bones in the house. Someone say, T-Bone? Come on, T-Bone. You know we talking about you. This trucking life's in the house. Beef, it's what's for dinner and lunch. If you're lucky, it is. Hell, throw it in there for breakfast if you do breakfast. Grasshopper says, you driving an automatic? No, I do not drive an automatic. I drive a manual that automatically shifts itself. Freddie Hess says Landstar is good or what the fuck? I don't know much about Landstar. I really don't. I know a lot of people left Landstar in the last couple years, but they got 9,000 what they call them, contractors over there. That's a lot of people. There's going to be people come and go all the time. I really don't know nothing about them personally, though. Roger Berry says their problem is they are not as smart as the truck they're driving. Yeah, maybe that's it. Earl, yeah, Earl. You know, put that Earl in the car. Crip walk. I don't think I know how to do that. Whenever I see people doing the crip walk, I always think, is that guy getting chased by a bee? That looks like a dance you do when you're getting attacked by a beehive. Time Creator says, nobody hates truck drivers more than other truck drivers. Yeah, because we have to deal with each other all the time. I'm sure. Is Landstar hood? I don't know. I don't know much about them. Dur and Kaladi, I think so. Kalottery. Prime Ink sucks. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. Grasshopper says grease on his ass like Diddy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to prevent here, okay? I got a little fifth wheel grease on me, on my shoe, and I proceeded to get it on everything before I realized what was going on. And yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Chomping it up. Do you drink Tim Hortons coffee? I do not drink Tim Hortons coffee. The Tim Hortons near my house closed down. They shut down the Tim Hortons and turned it into a KFC. Again, thanks, Jesus. You know, hey, I'm from the South. I'd much rather have a KFC than a Tim Hortons. Everything. Because that Tim Hortons, honestly, just my Tim Hortons was god-awful. You go in there, you're like, give me a donut. We're out of donuts. What? Okay, give me donut holes. We're out of donut holes. What do you got? I tell you what, instead of, you just tell me what you do have. And then I was like, give me a Diet Pepsi to go with that. We're out of Pepsi. I'm like, I tell you what, just keep it all. I'm out of here. And I know that's why they closed down, because they literally built this Tim Hortons, like a brand new standalone Tim Hortons. They built a standalone Tim Hortons. It had the property was probably worth $100,000, and then they built the building, you know, all that. Probably got $250,000 in this little building with the property and the codes and everything. Wasn't even open a year. Shut it down, turned it into a KFC. So yeah, I got nothing against Tim Hortons. It's just personally the one near my house sucks so bad they shut it down. Chief Air Hauler finally got an air fryer. Whoo, Wingstop won't get another dime from me. Come on, love the air fryer. I threw a pound of beef in my air fryer last night, cooked it up. That's what I had for dinner, was a half a pound of beef. What I do, I throw the pound of beef in there, I mush it down where it's about that thick, and then when it's halfway done, I cut it into fourths. I flip it. So 2 of those patties are, you know, they're quarter pound patties. I had 2 for dinner, 2 for lunch. That's what I do. A little barbecue sauce. I got a little sugar-free barbecue sauce. I like to dip it in, put a lot of salt on it. That's what I'll be eating. That's what I'll be eating. Freddie says, Landstar good. Why don't you want us getting money? I don't know. Freddie says, dang, bro, they said you got grease from Diddy. Yes. Landstar is trash, says Six Semper. Okay, I have no first-hand experience with it, so I wouldn't know. Frank's in the house. Stay out the left lane. Yeah, if you're not hammering on it, stay out of the left lane. I was dealing with that today. I had a what's that one company? Raider Express. Whoo, man. Them trucks, what do they go about? 61 mile an hour? I tell you what, if a nussbaum ever tried to pass a damn Raider Express, I'd just pull off at the rest area and kill 20 minutes. Come on. Anybody? Freddie says, I'm out this motherfucker. You don't answer. Oh, come on, Freddie. Freddie, if you are still here, if you want your comment read priority, put some money on that bitch, baby. Come on now. This is cash. This ain't UNICEF. You know what I mean? I operate on money, baby. I'm like a woman of the night, son. If you want me to do the damn thing, you got to pay for it, baby. If not, I'll get to you eventually. Let's see. You work for Prime? No, I do not work for Prime. Sterling says, my grease is brown and smelly. Ooh. Ooh. I'd recommend changing that grease out then. Six Semper, cash on recaps. Yeah, I hate running recaps, but sometimes I have to do it. And normally my loads are kind of spaced out where I don't do recaps, but I was covering a week for somebody. I know a guy, he runs that week every week. He goes Minnesota, Georgia, to Louisiana, just over into Louisiana, and then back over to Gulfport, and Gulfport back to Minnesota. The guy does it almost every week. And they called me and they said, hey, you want to load that and run that? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that, because it's like 5.5 days. It pays like 7,000, 6,900, 7,000, something in that ballpark. It's a lot of miles. It's a lot of running. It's a lot of like 600 mile days. But, you know, you can get a reset in almost every week. And, you know, but what I did last week, I left out on a Tuesday. See, if I would have loaded this tomorrow, I'd have got the reset in. Because I think that's what the normal guy does. He loads Tuesday to Tuesday. But I was trying to jump the gun and get a little bit ahead. And now I'm behind the 8 ball. Joe Little with that $1.99 again. What's your limit on Hardee's hamburgers per month? Let me tell you a story about Hardee's and why I don't eat Hardee's cheeseburgers anymore. Because I have diabetes, as most of you know. I'm diabetic, so I don't eat bread, or try not to. Try to stay away from sugar and bread, but I got a sweet tooth, man. It's a whole thing, I know. But anyway, so I go into these fast food restaurants and I buy the patties. Whenever I don't have time to cook in the truck, like right now, I've got 2 pounds of hamburger meat already cooked back there. Well, 2.5, because I still got half from last night. So when I got extra time, I like to cook up some extra meat and have it ready to go. I hard boil eggs in the air fryer. I have a pork loin that I'm going to throw in the slow cooker tomorrow, and that'll be like 2 days worth of meat. So I do that. But sometimes I buy the fast food chains. I'll just go in and buy their patties. Well, the last time I went in and bought Hardee's, I bought 4 third-pound patties. And I normally eat 1 patty per meal. So these patties were so greasy. So greasy. It took about 4 or 5 paper towels, like full-size paper towels, in the bottom of the bowl to soak up all the grease. Okay? I don't think that's beef fat in those patties. I think they add some sort of oil to their patties, and I can't do it. It messes my stomach up every time I eat Hardee's, because I don't think that's beef fat. That fat, get this. So I ate 1 patty. I put 3 patties in the refrigerator. 2 hours later, I went to get another one out, and the fat in the bottom was still liquid after being in a fridge for 2 hours. That's not animal fat. Animal fat would congeal in 2 hours of being in the fridge. And so I took another one of those patties out. I heated it up, and it was as greasy as the first time I had them. And I was like, that's why I can't eat Hardee's. I think they add oil to their patties or something. I don't know what it is, but it blows me up every time I eat it. So Honestly, my stomach can handle Taco Bell more than it can handle Hardee's. I just can't do it. Problem Smash says, I'm local now. Congratulations. And I thought I'd be happier, but it effing sucks. I miss being free, open over the road, not dealing with asshats every day. Yeah, you know, when I worked for Cisco Foods, I feel like I've got more time off over the road than I did at Cisco Foods. Because at Cisco Foods, you work 12 to 14 hours every day, you know, 20 to 30 minute commute to work. By the time you go home, you eat some food, you sit down on the couch, you got to get in the bed. You got to be back at work in 7 hours, you know? So, going local's not always more time off to me. You know, with over the road, I go home for 2 or 3 days. And I mean, I'm off the whole day, you know, 4 or 5 days in a row. You know, I just took off 11 days. And that'd be hard to do with a local job. So, I don't know. To each their own. That's all I can say. To each their own. Ralph's Trucking in the house. What's up, Ralph? Thanks for coming in. Cheap Fair Hauler says, if you park in the fuel island, you don't have to do the crawl. Oh, I should just, damn it. I should have done the whole 10-hour break at the fuel island. Is that what you're saying? Oh, I've seen it done. I've seen it done. Captain Er's in the house. What's up? What's up? Ralph says, been a while. Trucking hard. Yeah. Yeah, I just got back from vacation. Did a hell of a week last week. Should have probably loaded this tomorrow to not be stressing over it, but it is what it is. We do what we got to do. Sterling Will says, I fought the wind today like a Somalian truck driver looks for the shipping and receiving office on a dark night. Damn it. Damn it. If I could read, that would have went better. Corky says, 9 hours of hammering. Damn, that stamina, son. Oh, it's not even my best. Oh, wait, I'm getting old now. Can't do much more than 9 hours. I was telling someone the other day, I used to consistently drive 9 or 10 hours in one sitting. I literally would go from, you know, upstate Pennsylvania to Tennessee. You know, I'd cut through like 5, 6 states in one sitting. And, they were like, well, how'd you do that with the 8-hour break? And I was like, See, I come from a time before the 8-hour break, kids. I'm old enough to remember when there wasn't an 8-hour break. Good times. Good times. 92 people in the house. Smash that like button for me if you don't mind, folks. I would appreciate it. 92 in the house. If you're driving, don't worry about it. But all you got to do is double tap the screen. Look. Bam! Thumbed up me. Look at there. So if you could do that for me, I'd much appreciate it. Primal Smash is getting a kick out of it. Let's see. Mike360 says, is that the only yellow shirt you got? Yellow shirt? What are you talking about? This is orange. This is orange. Is it coming through as yellow? No, I've got lots of these shirts. Actually, I wear this shirt as an overshirt. If you see, I have on another shirt under it. It was cool out this morning in Minnesota. It was like 40 degrees in Minnesota. So I threw this on as an overshirt. Normally, I don't wear this all day. I forgot to take it off. But I don't know. Normally, I get 4 or 5 days out of a shirt. You know, like an overshirt like this. I'll wear it for a couple days. I take a shower like every other day. Every other day. So, you know, I normally change out my shirts every other day. It is what it is. I got to get rid of this facial hair. It's making my nose itch. Let's see. Wimpy McPoe with 1,000,000 excuses. DIY is going to have a coronary. Damn it. The Solomon Project in the house. Ralph says, that company in Chicago tried to give me money to sponsor me. Ooh, said nope. Yeah, you talking about Super Ego Holdings. Yeah, if that's the one you're talking about, Super Ego Holdings reached out to me and they were like, you know, we can cut you a check if you can, you know, talk good about us. And I was like, nah, I appreciate the offer, but no thanks. And then 3 days later, Asian Mai was at their facility. You make of that what you want to, you know. When you're looking for real trucker news, talk to a guy that don't sell out. I'm just saying. Trucker news available in the morning, by the way. A new one out, fresh. All right, I got me a neighbor here. I've been waiting on somebody to back in over here. I hope he backs in right beside me. What in the hell? Oh, that's a damn. I got me a spread axle reefer backing in over here. He big time. I hope he moves it over this way and takes this spot. I like having my neighbors established before I go to bed. I already got somebody on that side. Now I just need somebody on that side. I think he's aiming for this spot. We got some big old Peterbilt with a spread axle reefer, baby. Come on in. Come on, lay her down for tonight. But yeah, I am working on some sponsorships right now, but you know, I'm picky because I want companies that promote things that I use or I have experience with. You know what I mean? So it's kind of tough narrowing it down. The Solomon Project says you'll make more money flipping burgers than you will doing Uber. Yeah, a buddy of mine was talking about doing Uber, and I said, you know, you'd be better off, rather than doing Uber, you'd be better off to go to a pizza place like Domino's or Papa John's and work a couple hours every afternoon there. You know, if you want to supplement your income, because I said, from my experience, the only people that make money at Uber are the CEO and the board members. That's the way I see it. BTC Truckers in the house. I landed a mail contracts for the next 2 years. No more load board for this guy. Nice. Mail contracts. Nice. Ralph says, I delivered at Cisco in Nashville, Tennessee, Western Express next door. Those drivers looked at my truck hard after my 6 hours in the dock. Damn it. Yeah, that Cisco is rough over there in Nashville. That's one of them Ciscos I don't want to go to because the line out the door. I mean, they line up at the gate, man. You be 15 trucks deep at the gate. Cisco's got to get it together. You know, U.S. Food's getting a little better. Cisco and McLean have really got to step it up. They got to work on their stuff, man. Barry says, you gonna offer that pre-grease clothing in the merch store? Yeah, I should. I like that idea. Anything to turn $1, I'm all about it. Six Ember says, the nice thing about flip-flops is when you step into grease, you can't just throw them away and grab another pair. Yeah, that's true. The shoes that I have got that grease on, though. I was honestly talking yesterday about getting a new pair of shoes. So, maybe that's the universe's way of saying, hey, buddy, go ahead and get you a new pair of shoes there. Six Semper, thank you for the comment. Jerry Rock says Landstar Freight is way down right now, like many other companies. Yeah, I believe it. Chief Your Hauler, fifth wheel grease is just recycled Diddy lube. Oh, they putting Diddy lube in a tube? Man, we should start anybody want to invest in my new oil company called Diddy Lubes? It's like Jiffy Lube, only Diddy Lubes. Anybody? Wimpy McPope Man says $75 for a box of chicken. Yeah, KFC ain't the value it used to be. Gary Bates in the house, thumbs up, poops emoji. Chief Your Hauler says, I missed the KFC buffet. Yeah, I went to KFC in Tennessee the other day, and they have it all set up for a buffet, but they don't do a buffet anymore, so it's a bummer. You know, the best part of a KFC buffet was they used to have a dispenser for the gravy, like a ketchup dispenser. You know, when you go in and you can just like hold that little lever up and it's like a gravy fountain. It was like a fountain of brown gravy from KFC. Oh, man. I don't know what they put in that. I mean, it's like, I'm sure it sends you straight to hell, the KFC gravy. It's probably made of you know, it's probably something from the devil. But damn, is that stuff good. I put KFC gravy on everything. I'm talking right now. I don't care what kind of food you got. You can give me a Jell-O mold. You give me a bowl of Jell-O, and they say, you want KFC gravy on that? I'd be like, you damn right I want KFC gravy on that. Here's a corn on the cob, son. You want KFC gravy on it? You damn right I want KFC gravy on it. Here's a piece of key lime pie. You want KFC gravy? You damn right I want KFC gravy on it. Y'all see where I'm going with that? Gary Bates loves eggs, rolls. T Cash, what about Krispy Kreme? I'll cut you for a Krispy Kreme right now. I swear to God. I swear to God. You got Krispy Kreme? I will jack you with this old knife I found 5 years ago. Oh, man. Yeah. Found that laying in a truck stop parking lot like 5 years ago. It's as dull. I literally use it to remove staples out of paperwork. That's what that's for. That's my staple remover. Greetings from Omaha. Hunter P. Brown in the house. With both feet in the house. Channel member, thank you very much. Barry says, Jedrick, thinking about KFC. They know you are the chicken king. Come on. Robert's in the house. I'm with Frito-Lays and can only get about 63, 64 mile per hour. Just go around the Chester's Cheetah truck. Yeah. You'd probably blow my doors off on the uphill, though. I'd imagine that's a light load unless you got salsa. Thanks again, Joe Little, for the super chat. Hunter P. Brown says, I'm not big on recaps either. I'd rather run like crazy 6 days, go home for a 34, yeah, or a 58. Yeah, I'm right there with you. But I want to be home for the weekend because the kids have about after this week, they'll have about 6 weeks of school left. And there's really only one holiday left. I think Memorial Day is the only day they get off. They don't get off for Good Friday or Easter or anything. I mean, they'll be off on Easter because it's Sunday. But I remember when I went to school, we got off on Good Friday. But I don't think they even get off on Good Friday anymore. You know, it's Christian holidays don't matter anymore in America, you know, which take it or leave it, you know. I mean, I like the separation of church and state. You know, it's a pretty good rule because you know, I don't want to have to celebrate your holidays. If you don't want to celebrate mine, why are we celebrating each other's holidays, right? But anyway, so I want to be home for the weekend. Canadian Truckers in the house. I have a right arm rest for driver's seat 579, if that's the one you're looking for. I need the one that goes up against the door over here. I need the armrest that goes for the door side. Because I've been putting my arm on this door, and occasionally I hit one of them down Wisconsin bridge abutments or bridge connections, and I come up and then I come down and I slam my arm down. Oh, elbow's getting rough. But if you got one of those, email me. D. Herm, Peterbilt. Oh, yeah, Peterbilt, baby. 6 Immigrant says, get some cans of sardines, Cash. Oh, you ain't got to tell me about no canned fish. Did you not see me drinking the tuna water the other day? Oh, I love fish. I was telling my mom today, I don't ever put lemon on my fish. I like the taste of fish. Like, I drink the tuna water. One of my favorite things are canned herring. The little peel back, like the old sardine cans of herring. Oh, I love those things. I like to eat the eyeballs first. I like to pick the eyeballs out and eat them. Oh, yeah. Wimpy McPope Man says paper towels cost more than burgers these days. Yeah, I ate those. If you were wondering, I ate those paper towels that were soaked in burger oil. Gary Cook says, I used to live in Rosemount, Minnesota a couple of years ago. I used to shop at the Quick Trip. Love those places. Yeah. I was talking with a truck driver today, new to the scene. I told him, you're going to need to not eat at the truck stops, and you're going to not want to spend all your money at the truck stops because they will take it all and laugh at you later. So I told him, yeah, Quick Trips are okay. Go in there and buy groceries, you know. Buy real food, buy eggs, buy meat, buy bacon. I got this thing what I've been doing is I like to cook like a pound of sausage and just chop it up into little chunks and put that in a Tupperware, and then throughout the week I'll scramble me a couple eggs in a bowl and put it in the microwave for like a minute, let it cook for a minute, add some of that sausage, a little sprinkle of cheese, throw it back in the microwave for another 1 minute run, and then eat that when it's done. It's very good. It's very quick. It's very convenient. 6 Empress says, sardines will put some hair on your chest. Whew. My chest hair is already turning gray, bro. I don't want no more. Ralph says, I'm going on vacation end of the month, driving to Key West with the wife. Stop, see my 82-year-old dad in Daytona Beach. There you go. Going to Key West, baby. Key West. I just know that sardines put lead in my pencil. Come on. Cast Blast says, this guy definitely pees sitting down. Oh, I must have said something that hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I don't care about your feelings. I was telling somebody that today. I said, you know, the problem with kids nowadays is nobody tells them the truth anymore. It's like, you know, sometimes a kid needs to be told to shut up. You know, I mean, it didn't kill me when I was a kid. You know, I mean, I didn't listen, but you know, and occasionally you need to hear that tone from a dad. You know what I mean? Whether it's your real dad, your stepdad, your uncle, somebody that's a dad needs to hit you with that tone occasionally. You know, mama yell at you all day. Mama be like, sit down, shut up, sit down, be quiet, sit down, be quiet, stop doing that. 100 times a day, mama will say it. Daddy says it one time in that tone of I've had about enough. Sit down. You know, and then you go, ooh, something about that sounded different. I think I'll listen to that. You know, that's a problem. These kids ain't getting that nowadays. They're too coddled. I tell people, my kids don't need another mama. They got a mama. Mama's there to make sure they wipe their ass good. Mama's there to make sure they brush their teeth. Mama's there to tell them when to, you know, to clip their fingernails. Mama's there to brush their hair. Mama's there to get them in the shower. I'm not their mama. I'm their daddy. I'm there to number one, tell them, you do what your mama says, or you deal with me. Or number two, I'm there to teach you about life, okay? I'm there to tell you, you know, some people are stupid. You know, I'm there to give you the facts of life. That's what dads do, okay? I'm not there to coddle you and tell you when you hurt your little, you know, when you hurt your elbow. I'm not there to tell you, oh, it's okay, it'll be okay. That's mama's job. I'm there to tell you, if it ain't bleeding, shut up about it. Okay? Ralph says 25 years and what, 10 different hours of service rules. Yeah, no doubt. Ralph's seen it in 25 years. Cass says, stay off my turf, pal. I just know, says, I wipe my butt, then poop. Oh. Maybe wipe better after you poop, I guess. Kevin says, I made it to the show. Welcome in. Santos is in the house. I'm trying to get off of OTR and go local. Okay. Moa's in the house. Let's make some money. That's what I'm all about over here. Ralph says, I talked to that ego in office, told him, heck no. Yeah, tell him to stop resetting logbooks and, you know, ripping off foreign drivers, and then maybe we can talk. Santos says, going to the oil field, going to do flatbed, Odessa, Texas. Good luck with that. If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. Mo says, let's make money wearing flip-flops. If that's what you want to do, I don't care. I don't care what you put on your feet. It doesn't matter to me. I think it does look unprofessional. I don't wear flip-flops at the truck stop, but then again, you know, I don't like piss on my toes. So, you know, I wear socks and shoes. Sovereign Sorvanias, I don't know, hell, I can't read. Sovereign Masses. I saw a gay truck driver one time. He was hauling a buttload. Okay. I don't know if that joke really landed or not. Leave the jokes to me if you want to. It's okay. I'll Sherpa you right down the funny road. I can do that for you. Dave says, damn, I almost missed you. Got held up at the truckers pub. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm about to lose my voice. I'm about to hop out of here. Ralph's Trucking Overnight Park at the Cisco, a $430 lumper bill. Doc next to me had 3 trucks in those 6 hours. Yeah, all Cisco starting to suck. I took them steaks. There you go. Ooh, you think it'd be quick? Nah. Cisco, there's no rhyme or reason to Cisco. CJ Hudson, welcome back. CJ says KFC is working on has started the process of moving headquarters to Texas. Come on. Ralph says you are in the land of tampon governor in Minnesota. I don't know how much truth there was to that. You know, I asked the kids about that, and I don't think they didn't know what I was talking about. Sonia's in the house. What's up? Ismail Omar says, what do you think U.S. truckers versus Canadian truckers? We're all truckers, and we ought to damn work together a little bit, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I used to truck Canada all the time. Hell, I've been up that 401, baby. All up and down that 401. I used to run a dedicated run up to Brampton, baby. Up there to Brampton. Whew, I love the hood, baby. I love hanging out in the hood. I don't care where it's at. Cleveland, Nashville, I don't care. I want to go to the hood part of town. That's where I feel the most comfortable. But yeah, I got nothing against truckers. If you're driving a truck for a living, you earning it, okay? Just don't go behind me when I'm trying to back in, is all I'm saying. Nitrum's in the house. Cash out here drinking tuna water. That's diabolical. Yeah. I think it was a DIY's live show the other day. I was drinking the water out of the tuna can. I love tuna water. I love all canned fish. You know, it's what it is. It's what it is. Joe Little, the Reinhardt Food Service Warehouse got a lot better after Performance Food Service bought them all. Yeah, I used to go to the one up in Minnesota up there in Rogers all the time. It's definitely got better since PFG took it over. My big problem with PFG is they got nowhere to park. I hate going to a PFG and they're like, well, I know it's your appointment time, but go park on the street. And I'm like, what? Park on the street? I'm here at my appointment time with your freight. You want me to go park on the street, which is illegal? Huh? Sig Semper says, men used to have 3 or 4 kids. Now kids have 3 or 4 dads. Oh, shit, that is good. Oh, shit, that is good. Dewana's in the house. Howdy. Thanks for coming in, checking out the show. 73 people in the house, 75 likes. Ooh, double tap that screen for the cash if you could. Sig Semper says, I piss on my own feet, pal. Whoo, you'll show me. Fishing is life. Breaking news. Arkansas to ban water bottles from restrooms. Yeah, damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. Sterling Trucking delivers in the house. My new favorite channel. Straight to the top of them. Straight to the tops. Sterling Trucking delivers. I had a fart that lasted 300 steps. Thank you, Taco Bell. My neighbor left, damn it. Now I got another guy over here. Maybe he'll back in here. I don't know why that guy left. The only problem is with this parking spot is I'm afraid it's kind of a blindside backing spot unless you go down and turn around, you know? And I'm afraid in the middle of the night, somebody's going to try to blindside into this. And it's like, if you would just go down, turn around, and then side it, plenty of room. I'm parked behind the shop, you know, so the shop's got like, I always like parking behind the shop because, you know, you got plenty of room to operate, but that's just me. George says they charge $400 for lumpers. They could at least clean the mess. Yes. Who was it? Capstone was offering a trailer cleaning service at one time. They would clean your trailer for like $100 after you got unloaded. And I'm like, no one's going to take that deal. No one, you know? Let's see. End it a good okay. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Colby's in the house. What's up? Ralph says, don't wash your feet in the sink and spread water near the toilet from water bottles. Yes, please. Try to get your feces in the toilet is a good one for me. I was at a speedway down in Nashville area the other day, and there was a poop in the floor. I walked in, and I was like, what is that? Big old turd right in the floor. But hey, you Too Cool says one time in band camp. Come on. CJ Hudson says only beef with Canadian truckers. Make sure you can speak enough English. Is that fair to say? Yes, I would say that's fair. Ralph says, you know who makes Taco Bell meat and shells? I haul it all the time. Damn it, I didn't know that. I did see a thing the other day where Taco Bell tortillas are shelf stable for 9 months. That ain't bread. That ain't bread. If something can sit on a shelf for 9 months, I don't know what it is, but it ain't bread. You know what I'm saying? Joe Little's in the house. What does that one say? Joe Little says, $4.99. Thank you very much. Capstone gonna leave a dead body in your trailer. Hell, yeah. If y'all don't know, Capstone is the mafia. I mean, I don't want to get killed for saying that, but Capstone's the mafia. There, I said it. Have a great night, everybody. I much appreciate everybody in. Joe Little, thank you so much for dropping them super chats, bro. It really makes it worth it. I do appreciate it. Thanks everybody for hitting the like button. I appreciate that as well. Lots of likes. Let's get this over 100 likes. And thanks to all my channel members for coming out and hanging out with me. We're going to get back on the live program soon. Trucker News in the morning. Get ready. Thanks, everybody. Bye.